Hello everyone. So previously we had discussed on the topic uh, facade pattern, design pattern. So today we'll be discussing on the topic proxy design pattern, right? So let's get into the definition part here. So proxy design pattern, it provides the placeholder or surrogate object, right? That contains access to the another real object. So it provides surrogate object, right? Mainly, it provides a placeholder or the surrogate object that can that controls the access to the real object that controls the access to the real object. A proxy sits in front of the real object and decides when and how the real object should be accessed, right? A proxy sits in the front of the real object and decides when and how the real object should be accessed. It is commonly used for the access control, lazy initialization, logging, or caching. It is commonly used for access control, lazy initialization as well, logging, or the caching. Yep. Let's try to understand the same thing with a this one generic UML for the proxy pattern. Then we can just go with the example code that we have written, right? So if we understand the generic UML, actually understanding the example is like you can understand the example code within the fraction of second. Yeah. Let's try to understand the this one proxy pattern with a generic UML. Just give me a second here. So see here, first thing we have the subject interface or the object or this one, sorry, what do we call this one? Abstract class or we can just this is the subject interface or the abstract class. We know this one. Yep. So what it does, it defines the common contract, right? It defines the common contract. So this one, whatever the something more they have mentioned here within the UML, it defines the common contract, nothing but something more that both proxy as well as the real subject must implement. That both proxy as well as the real subject must implement. Yep, ensuring the interchangeability. Ensuring interchangeability. Then let's move on with a real subject. Actually, this one I'm speaking of. Then let's move on with a real subject. Real subject, what it does, it contains the actual business logic. This real subject contains the actual business logic, nothing but do something here, whatever I have mentioned in the UML actually, it contains the actual business logic, do something which is expensive, sensitive, or needs controlled access, which is expensive, sensitive, or needs controlled access. Yep. So this is what the real subject contains. Then let's come to the proxy here. Proxy, what it does, this one, this part, proxy, what it does, it implements the same subject interface, this one. It implements the same subject interface, this one. Yeah, it implements the same subject interface and holds the reference to the real object. See here, the same thing, and holds the reference to the real subject. It controls access and can add the extra behavior before or after delegation. It controls access and can add extra behavior before or after delegation. Yep, so this is fine, I believe. Next, let's come to the final part, client actually, this one, client. Yeah, client, what does the client do? Client interacts only with the subject. Client interacts only with the subject. So client will be completely unaware whether it is talking to the proxy or the real subject. Client will be completely unaware whether it is talking with a proxy or this one actually. What do we call real subject? Client will be completely unaware whether it is talking to the proxy or the real subject, right? Call flow, we can just write it on this way. Client, so we have already mentioned here, right? Client, proxy, as well as real subject, right? So the proxy may add lazy loading, caching, logging, security, or access control before forwarding the call. This one, this proxy, it may add lazy loading, caching, logging, security, or the access control before forwarding the call, right? So this is it for the this one proxy pattern. This is it for the proxy pattern. Let's try to understand this one with a example actually, right? So we have the complete idea on the proxy pattern. Let's try to understand the same thing with the help of the example. We have already discussed the UML, right? So it will be really this one easy to understand the example code actually. Yep. So first thing here, we are just going with a interface image, right? We are just going with an interface image. Just give me a second here. Mm, Anyways, yeah, within the image interface, we are just calling the or we are just going with a display method. Yeah. Next, we are just going with a real image that implements the image. This one actually, real image which implements the image. So first within that, we are just going with a file name, and then we are going with a constructor, right? Constructor. So we are just going with a so we are just assigning the file name here, nothing but we are storing the image name, as well as we are going with a heavy operation. We are just loading that one from the disk actually, these two things. Yeah, this is file name and we are just trying to go with a heavy operation, nothing but load from disk. So this is fine. Next, we are going with a load actually, right? So load from the disk actually, this method load as well as the display method as well. Yep, so we are just printing something. This is just for the interactiveness, right? Loading plus F and this one displaying plus F. So this is fine. Next, what we are doing, we are just going with a proxy image that implements image. So this one, real image, nothing but, so this is R is nothing but the real image. So this is nothing but we are just going with a reference to the real object. Yeah. Then again, we are going with a constructor. So finally, we are going with a lazy initialization as well as the delegate call. You can clearly see here, right? Within the display, if real image equals null, real image equals new real image of file name. So we are just going with a lazy initialization here in this case, and real image dot display r dot display whatever I have written. So this delegates the call. So this is it for the code. See, for the example usage is as simple as that. What we are trying to do here, we are making the first call here by making use of the display by calling the display method here, and we are just making the second call here, right? So this is nothing but the this one. Uh, we are calling the instance here, right? So this is fine. We are just going with a proxy image instance. So this is fine. Let me run the code. See, loading photo png, displaying photo.png, displaying photo.png. So let's discuss the same here, right? So we are going with 1 second. Yeah, let's discuss this one step by step. So this is the first call made and this is the second call made. Yep. So first display call, let's consider the first display call, this one. Yeah. So what it does actually, what is happening here, what it does, it calls the proxy image dot display. It calls the proxy image dot display, right? So then it will check whether the real image equal to null, this one, r equals null, right? So real image equivalent to null. So then it creates the real image. Real image constructor loads the image from the disk. Finally, image will be displayed. Finally, this one image will be displayed. Yeah. Then let's go with the second display. This one actually. Yeah. This one. So basically what happens, real image already exists, right? We know that real image already exists. So there will be no loading from the disk. So image will be displayed directly, right? So for the first one, loading of the photo.png takes place actually. For the second time, a real image already exists. So no loading from the disk, image is displayed directly, displaying photo.png to photo.png. So this is we have got the correct output basically. Yeah, we have got the desired output basically. This is fine. This is it for the proxy design pattern, right? So let's discuss some of the real world applications of this one proxy pattern actually. So it is used in lazy loading. Proxy pattern is usually used in the lazy loading. Lazy loading of what? Lazy loading large images or the videos, right? Let's move on with the next one. Nothing but it is used in the security proxy as well. When I say security proxy, it is used in the access control or the permissions, right? Let's move on with the third one here. So it is used in the remote proxy as well. When I say it is used in the remote proxy, uh, it is used for calling the remote services actually. Yep. So fourth application, if I remember correctly, it is used in the logging as well as monitoring. It is used in the logging as well as the monitoring. And the final one, it is also used in the caching database or the API calls, right? It is used in caching databases or API calls, right? Caching databases or API calls actually. Yep, these are some of the real world applications of the proxy design pattern. Usually we make use of the proxy design pattern within the lazy loading, large images of the videos, security proxies, remote proxies, logging and monitoring, finally caching database or the API calls. Right, so let's come to the final part, nothing but the complexities. So what will be the time complexity for the code that we have written? Time complexity would lead to big O of 1. So why the time complexity here is big O of 1? See, proxy adds only a constant time check before delegating. Before delegating. Yeah. So overall time complexity leads to big O of 1, and space complexity would lead to big O of 1 as well, because only one extra reference to the real object is stored, right? So overall space complexity would lead to big O of 1 as well. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to this one big O of 1 and big O of 1 respectively, right? So this is it for the proxy pattern. Next, we will be discussing the last design pattern, actually, nothing but the strategy design pattern. So that is going to be the last design pattern in this particular playlist, right? So this is fine. Uh, yeah, this is going to next design pattern, whatever we discuss, actually, that is going to be the last design pattern, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.